10 minutes left. Please. Fucking please, Laner. Laner! Laner! Yes! We fucking did it! We fucking did it! The Ottawa Senators, they've booked a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals! Yeah! Dadonov! He broke the play out! He got it up to Braun. Braun feeds Wingles and Wingles buries it. Fucking hell! What a beast! His first playoff game, he gets an assist on the game-winning goal. I'm a coaching fucking genius.
That's right, boys. We are back, and it's time to continue the Year 4 playoffs with your President's Trophy winning and now Eastern Conference Finals appearing Ottawa Senators. That's right, boys. We managed to get by our Achilles heel known as the second round, and you know what? We did it in a very clutch way. I'm liking what our team is putting together this year. We were down 0-2. After having home ice advantage, we managed to come back and win 3 in a row against a tough Tampa Bay Lightning team on the shoulders of Robin Lehner. He really showed up for us. Game 6, we faltered, but we came back with a solid Game 7, where my decisions in the past finally made me look like a genius. Everyone's been calling me out as the GM, but you know what? Who scored those goals in that Game 7? It was Tommy Wingles and Justin Braun assisting from Evgeny Dadonov. I traded for Wingles and Braun in the same trade for Craig Anderson, I think it was. And then Dadonov, you guys saying to draft Dadonov. So all the decisions that I made in earlier years coming back to make me look like a genius, which I appreciate. And now, for the first time as the general manager of the Ottawa Senators, I get to see my team go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And we're going up against the New York Islanders, John Tavares' New York Islanders. Now, I look at their regular season record, 42-31-9. We might be able to do something against them. I'm liking this, but at the same time, I don't want to underestimate them, right? So before we get into anything, we have to address this decision about what should Evgeny Dadonov do for this round. Now, before I get to what I think should happen, I have some comments here, and look at this, from Evgeny Dadonov himself. That's what I do! I'm the real Captain Clutch. Suck it, Don Cherry. Very nice, Dadonov. I appreciate that huge Game 7 appearance. Next comment. Only a freaking goof doesn't start Dadonov in the next series. You beg for clutchness from your players, so don't take the best player in the third period out of a series. Bring Mackenzie Savard up to the press box and let the youngins watch Dadonov get it done. Let them see the leadership that will achieve a dynasty in the future. Dadonov must play. So, Ernest Shirelli, he's saying that Dadonov must play. But we have another comment here. Take Dadonov out or take out Dadonov. Put in a depth forward, grinder / two-way forward. In the playoffs, it's all about defense or all about the D. I'm not saying Dadonov can't play defense, but a playmaker on the 4th line, I think he's on the 3rd line, is just out of the ordinary. It's too unnatural. All right, so here's my mindset with Dadonov on the 3rd line. He came in, big time, helped us out there, right? But say we go into this series and in Game 1 we lose, and it's because of our 3rd line. All of a sudden, Dadonov's confidence gets shot. He's riding so high right now. He's on the top of the world. So as the coach, as the general manager, I'd like to protect this kid. And the way you can do that is you take him out of the roster for game number 1. So if we lose that game, then everyone blames the coach or the general manager for not having Dadonov in there. And then you can go back to him later in the series to help you out. So I'm protecting the kid by taking him out nice and early so that it's not his fault. It can't be his fault. And that's my decision, boys. I know a lot of people want to see Evgeny Dadonov play, but I've gone back with Riley Smith on the 3rd line. I've also gone back with Burakovsky on the 2nd line, Mark Stone on the 1st line right wing. I want to bring back the President's Trophy winning team, the team that got by the 1st round, all right, and got by the first 6 games of the 2nd round. I want these guys to play. And if we falter, then I can go back to Dadonov. And if we still lose, it's my fault for not starting Dadonov game number 1. All right, so I'm protecting the kid. He's still in the press box. He's going to be watching the games. But you know what? It came through once in the clutch, but we still have 8 more wins to go here in the playoffs, Dadonov. You have 10 plus years ahead of you, all right? You had a great Game 7. Take a rest now, all right? And just watch what happens. We have to protect our prospects. So now that you've seen that, let's take a look at the team that we're going up against in the Eastern Conference Finals, the New York Islanders. So the first line, Michael Del Cal. Oh, God, here we go. Players from the past, John Tavares and Michael Grabner. All right, so the same thing that we had to face against the Tampa Bay Lightning, a 94 overall sniper, first-line centers. It was Stamkos last round, Tavares this round. Now, Stamkos didn't have the greatest round against us, so Maybe we can slow down John Tavares. Maybe we can't. He does have some pretty good line mates, though. DeCall, a playmaker, 87, and Grabner. You know, I'm sure he's a fine sniper with Tavares centering him, right? So it's an interesting first line. Second line is Ryan Strome, Brock Nelson, and Nick Spaulding. Damn, it looks like all these guys got jumped. Spaulding's up to 85. Ryan Strome's up to 86, and Brock Nelson jumped up to an 87. That's a very good second line, a defensive second line almost. Third line, Cal Buttercup, Casey Cizikas, and Nikolai Kulemin. All right, so Cooley's over there on the right. They have some depth on this team. They have some look at that middle six defensive depth. Like, not a single playmaker. Oh, no, sorry, Strome is in there. But not a sniper in there. Two-way forwards, power forward, grinder. All right, fourth line, Bailey, Lee, and Suter. Bailey 83, Lee 83, and Suter 80. So they have depth. When you look at what the Tampa Bay Lightning didn't have, you know, I guess they had to use a lot of salary cap for Drouin and Stamkos and Hedman. They really didn't have the greatest bottom six. These guys, not only do they have that sniper on the first line, they have a lot of depth here. Not a single 70 overall player in their offense, so I can see why they got to the third round here. Defensively, Travis Hamonic, 85, Johnny Boychuk, 86. So two defensive defensemen on the first line. These guys may be a good defensive team, but they're nowhere as good as Hampus Lindholm and Erik Karlsson, so that's good news for us. Second line, Nick Leddy and Griffin Reinhart, again 85, 84, and then the third line, Donovan and Pulock, 84, 84. They have depth. These guys are all about depth. They don't have a single 70 overall in their line. Their defensive core, their lowest overall defenseman is an 84, very familiar to ours. And then goaltenders Halak and Neuwirth, 86, 84. So this team is all about depth with John Tavares leading them. So if we can shut down John Tavares, man, we might be able to get something going. We don't have that John Tavares style first line center, but we have the depth like they do. Defensively, we smoke them on the first line. We also have the depth. Justin Braun is an 83, so maybe they have better depth. And Robin Lehner, after a Vezina Trophy type regular season, and also coming through in the clutch for us in round number 2, I'm liking what Robin Lehner's bringing to the table, all right? So I have to have faith. I have to have hope in our team right here. So let's actually... Hang on one second. Yeah. Last but not least, we have to just injury report. The Ottawa Senators. I wouldn't say they have any injuries because they have a pretty stacked team. Yeah, the New York Islanders are not dealing with a single injury, all right? So the Eastern Conference Finals, we have home ice advantage going up against the New York Islanders. And you know what? I've talked a lot here. I need a glass of H2O before we get started. All right, that's much better. Jesus, it's hot out today. Gotta get some more water down here for my next commentary. So here we go. The New York Islanders versus the Ottawa Senators, Eastern Conference Finals. We have the veterans out there, Evgeny Dadonov and Travis Konechny. They're watching from the press box. All right, hopefully they can take this in. But veterans on this team, I'm looking to you. Come on now, boys. We've gotten this far. Let's take one more step. First period. All right, I'll take that. Mark Stone back on the first line right wing. And Bailey. Justin Bailey? That Justin Bailey doesn't sound right. Jay Bailey, Justin. Oh, well, whatever. Bailey ties up the game. Or no, we tied up the game. Second period. All right, there we go. Burakovsky and Schwartz. So the idea to move Burakovsky back to the second, Stone back up to the first, has helped out all three of our goals. So that's good news. Michael Del Call gets them within one. They're out shooting us 22-16. Robin Lehner. Remember how you played in the last series against the Tampa Bay Lightning? You stole us multiple games there towards the end. Here's another example. You had the lead in the third period. Come on now, Ottawa. Home ice advantage. Last series, you fell down 0-2 with home ice. We won the Presidents. Come on now, boys. Hold off. Power play. Hold off, Robin Lehner. All right, I'm telling you, boys. Robin Lehner is starting to play like a clutch goaltender. Like, don't worry about years 1, 2, or 3. Just look at the last 2 series. This one, he held off there in the third period, and the last series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. He pretty much Game 7. Don't worry about Game 6, but yeah, it was Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, and Game 7. He stood out big time. And now Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, we've won. And look now, boys, because I took out Dadonov, he is still flying high as hell because the last time he played, he contributed, but our team still won. So, you know, you got to take your time with the prospects. He's only 80 overall. Did he come through in the clutch? Yes. But that's a lot to ask for him to do it another 8 times for us to win the Stanley Cup. I'll go to him when I need him. We got to protect him, all right? Game number 2, home ice advantage. Come on now, boys. Let's not play around. We're tuned up. We just beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. The New York Islanders, they got nothing for us. We're tuned up. Here we go. First period. All right, I'll take that. They're getting some goals on us. Griffin Reinhart, Michael Delcall, but Justin Abdelkader and Eric Carlson, Captain Carlson, 2 wrist shots from basically the same spot. Shots are 15-11 for the Islanders. Come on now defensively. You gotta tighten it up a little bit here. Second period. All right, baby. Andrei Burakovsky. He's getting it done on the second line left wing. And once again, the Ottawa Senators have a 3-2 lead going into the third period. Last game, we didn't need another goal. This game, I require you guys to get another goal. Come on now, offense. You have to play for your goalie. Let's go. Let's go, offense. 30 shots to 22. The Ottawa Senators... they're buzzing. Oh, penalty kill. Good job, boys. 5 minutes left. Will he do it again? Robin Lehner, he does. He shuts the door. And the New York Islanders failed to get a third period goal against the Super Swede, Robin Lehner, for the second game in a row. And the Ottawa Senators have taken a 2-0 series lead. Okay, calm down. This series is far from over. Far from over. You're not in trouble until you lose on home ice. So the Islanders, they're still in a good, well, not in a good position, but they haven't lost on home ice yet. They can get back in this. And what happened in the last series with us? We were down 2-0. We came back to win 3 in a row. So boys, you have to look back in history and learn from it. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. All right, so come on now, boys. Here we go. Game 3. The Islanders' new building in Brooklyn. I don't give a shit. Here we go. First period. Yes, Riley Smith. There you go. I'm not gonna take credit for that. It's just our team is playing well. It could have been Dadonov that got that goal. I didn't take out Dadonov to put a better player in there. I took out Dadonov to protect him. All right, and go with the veterans. But Riley Smith and Mika Zibanejad getting goals. Good. Come on now, boys. Shots are pretty even. 12-13. Second period. All right, Kyle Turris, first line center. He's showing John Tavares what's good. Now, this sets up something very interesting, all right? I'm going to put it to you guys right now. For the first 4 years of this damn GM mode, everyone's been saying Robin Lehner's not clutch. He can't get it done. The regular season quick simulations where they scored 3 goals in the third period to come back and tie it, right? Should have gone out and got Frederik Andersen for $4 million plus more. Well, here's the chance for us to go up 3-0 in the series. All right, Robin Lehner's got a 3-goal lead in the third period. It comes down to this game. Is Robin Lehner a Stanley Cup type goaltender, or is he somebody who crumbles when he has a real chance? It doesn't get much bigger than this. He can win this game for us all by himself, all right? So here we go. Robin Lehner, are you going to allow 3 goals in this third period? Are you going to allow 4 goals in this third period? Because you got 1. Hang on a second. Kyle Turris got 1 for us. Penalty kill. They got 2. John Tavares on the power play. Fuck, there we go. Cody Ceci on the offense is coming to help out Robin Lehner. He had 2 big games the last one. Come on now, boys. We're going to win the... Yes, Tootin'. Hell yeah. Everyone. Oh, my God. Kyle Turris. Is that a hat trick for Kyle Turris? And look at that. Robin Lehner, he allowed 2. He did not allow 3. So it wouldn't have mattered if we got all these goals. But look at that clutch goal scoring in the third. We get 4 third period goals. And Kyle Turris, there you go, boys. Everyone's saying Kyle Turris isn't good enough. He just had a hat trick in an Eastern Conference final game to put our team up 3-0 in the series. I told you we were tuned up after Tampa Bay. The New York Islanders, they got nothing for us. John Tavares, all right. Other than that, get out of here. Look at all these points. I'm not even going to read them out. Our team just played great. All right, boys, here we go. Game number 4. I'd love to win it right here. Oh, game number... Yeah, game number 4. What am I talking about? I thought I saw only 2 games played there for a second. OHL, you know, whatever. I'm too into this right now. I can't worry about the scouting. All right, so the Ottawa Senators have now won 4 games in a row, and they're up 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Final. I don't think the New York Islanders can touch us. The President's Trophy team, we're warmed up in the playoffs right now, all right? Here we go, boys. Game 4. Now, if we can win this game, we avoid having to go to a Game 5, 6, and 7. We give our team some chance to rest for the Stanley Cup Finals, all right? So, you have to treat this like it's a Game 7. You have to. A winning team ices a series when they have a chance. Will the Ottawa Senators be able to do that? Oh, Nick Spaulding gets a goal in the first shot in the game. That's not good. They're playing for their fans, boys. First period. All right, we tied it up. We're in this game. Mark Stone with the power play goal. Good job, Stone. Nice slapper. All right. Oh, my God. Look at those shots, though. They're out shooting us 17-5. That's not good. Second period. All right, I'll take that. Michael Delcall, Jaden Schwartz. pair of left wingers. They're out shooting us 26-16. Now, a tie game in the third period. Are we that clutch third period team? Come on now, boys. Get her done for me, boys. Yes, the Super Sweets of Zibanejad and the Ottawa Senators. They can taste it. It's right there for the taking. Will Robin Lehner lead them to the Stanley Cup Finals? Yeah! The Super Duper Swedes and the Ottawa Senators in convincing fashion douse the New York Islanders and just run them out of the playoffs to send Ottawa to the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh my God. No point of even getting excited about that series. We trounced them. Stone from Zibanejad and Lazar. Schwartz from Carlson and Lindholm. Zibanejad from Carlson and Lindholm. Look at that. The game winner right there. The Super Duper Swedes. Zibanejad from Carlson and Lindholm. And Robin Lehner held off in the third period once again. So 3 out of the 4 games, boys. Robin Lehner did not allow a goal in the third period. And we won 3 games. Well, that last game was an empty netter, but it was still only allowing them to have 2 goals against. All right? Oh, my God. Even in this game, it was only 2 goals against. It was 2 late goals, though. That's the difference. Oh, my God. Your Ottawa Senators, boys, they're all grown up. They're ready to go to the finals. And the good news is that, do we have any injuries from that last game? Hang on. No, we don't. So we have no injuries, and we're giving our chance some time to rest. So, boys, you can say what you want about Evgeny Dadonov not playing. I'm not going to say, oh, because I made that change, we won. We may have won with Dadonov in the lineup. But I protected Dadonov because the last game that he played, he assisted on the game winner in a Game 7. That's still in his mind, and everyone still remembers that about him. He hasn't had a bad game where I had to take him out, which would have destroyed his confidence, all right? The kid is riding high, and I'm going to need that if I run into trouble in the Stanley Cup Finals, all right? So I stand by my decision. So let's see who we're going up against in the Stanley Cup Finals. Hopefully it goes to a Game 7 or a... So, oh yeah, it's going long. There you go. This is beautiful. Oh, it's going long. Here we go. And oh, yes. Here we go, boys. Round number 4, the Stanley Cup Finals. We're going up against Bobby Ryan, who's the leading goal scorer, and the St. Louis Blues. So, Jaden Schwartz versus Bobby Ryan. They're old teams going up against each other. So, you can say what you want about the Bobby Ryan trade. It made sense for both teams. All right, the St. Louis Blues are back in the finals. But it's time for them to lose again in the finals, all right? So, whew. What do we want to do here? Maybe we have some progress reports to look at. Anybody growing on this team? 16, I think that was the same as before. Dadonov, 8, that was the same as before. Goaltenders, Robin Lehner, you got to be having another. You're having another great playoff run. All skaters, Bear, Schaefer. All right, good. All right, very nice. Yeah, it really is hot out. I got to keep drinking water to do commentaries here. Player stats. Now, these are going to be a little bit all over the place just because, I mean, that series, especially that Game 3 where we had 7 goals, I mean, everyone was padding their stats in that series, basically, right? So, forwards, let's see. Mika Zibanejad, people saying to give up on this guy. Are you kidding me? Look at the way he's playing, and he still has 2 more years of growth, possibly. And even if he doesn't, there's a way above average third-line center of the future, all right, if it gets really bad. But the guy's a solid second-line center for us. Kyle Turris had a hat trick in game number 3 to put us up 3-0. Very nice. Hoffman, 12 points in 16 games. Mark Stone, 12 points as well. Jaden Schwartz, 8 points. Curtis Laser, 7 points. Abdelkader, 6. Wingles. Burakovsky's got 5 points, but 11 games played because of his injury. Riley Smith, 4 points. A +5, though. All right, so I'm fine with Riley Smith. Patrick Maroon, Zach Smith, Evgeny Dadonov. See what I mean about Evgeny Dadonov now? He's just solid points. It's a solid playoff game that he had, and that's going to help him grow. All right, Purcell, Derek Roy, there you go. Defenseman, Lindholm with 15 points. Erik Karlsson, I'm telling you, these two are the guys who run our team. These guys are unbelievable. +11, +9. I'm so glad I made that trade for Hampus Lindholm, man. These guys are the workhorses for this team, and I'm going to give all the credit to them. They are leading our team by example, and in the locker room, the Super Swedes, they can speak Swedish in the locker room. Everyone can understand. Weirkosh and Braun, they're also plus players, all right? CC and Tootin, that's all right. Can't have everyone being a plus player. And goaltenders, Robin Lehner, say what you want about him, boys. 2.08 goals against average, 12-2-2 in the playoffs, with a save percentage of a point below 93, all right? The guy is playing absolutely fantastic. And when you look back at last year's playoff run as well, all right, is goals against 1.88, save percentage 0.935. So last 2 playoff runs, Robin Lehner has proved to be a playoff goaltender. I don't care what anyone says. All right, so there you go. We've made it, boys. Made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Successful year, I suppose. But now that we're here, you know we have to go that one step farther. We have to. We absolutely have to. So here is the St. Louis Blues lineup. I'll just quickly show you guys. There's the offense. There is the defense, and there is the goaltender situation. So if you guys want to go nuts with some fan art, go ahead. Upload it to the website. And last but not least, let's just take a look at the playoff tree. Let's see how quickly the St. Louis Blues beat the Winnipeg Jets in 6 games, I think. All right, so 6 games for the St. Louis Blues. 4 games for the Ottawa Senators, and there's your Stanley Cup Finals. You have the Blues from St. Louis with Bobby Ryan and Jaden Schwartz on the Reds in the Ottawa Senators. Who's going to take it? Blue or red, boys? Pick your team, and I'll see you in the Stanley Cup Finals.